Hello Sagittarius, welcome to another channeled message. If this is the first time that you're listening to these, I like to start off with letters that could be a part of yours or your person's name. And then we'll take a look at some names that I actually am able to channel, as well as zodiac signs. It could be sun, moon, rising, or Venus representation. So we'll take a look at that and get into some actual messages focused on the connection. General advice as always, guys. So just like a card reading without the cards, please take the parts of it that do make sense for you and release the rest. All right, so Sagittarius, let's get into some letters here for you guys. Let's take a look and see. So I've got D coming through pretty prominently, the letter M. I'm picking up off of double W's. So somebody's first name could start with a W, maybe your partner or the person you're thinking about, their first name could start with a W. However way those two letters are coming through, it's coming forward as a double energy. We also have F, the letter I, R, letter S, Z, E, letter L, K, and O. So if any of those letters are jumping out for you, Sag, maybe there's a reason why you're drawn to this particular reading. So we'll see how that goes. As far as names that's presenting itself here, Dina is coming through. Marion is coming forward. Frank could be Francis as well. Fidel is also coming forward. I'm picking up off of Elvis. Somebody could be an Elvis fan. That could, of course, be somebody's name. Sandy is coming through. Could be Sandra. Eli is also coming forward. Kennedy is coming through. It could be a last name, of course, but that is coming forward. Dior is coming through. That could as well be a first name or a last name, D-I-O-R. Roz could be Rosalind. Rosie. Melinda is coming through. Owen is coming forward. Wanda. Steven. Could also be Steve, could be Stevie. Rena is also coming through. I'm also hearing Rita, R-I-T-A. So those are the names I'm channeling right now. As far as zodiac sign, Sagittarius, I don't know what it is with this batch of channeled messages for the signs, but I'm picking up off of a lot of double energy that's coming through for double Cancer and double Aries for this particular channeled message. So maybe you and your person have those signs somewhere throughout their zodiac placements here in your chart. Yeah, double Cancer, double Aries. Capricorn is also coming through. Leo, another Sagittarius energy. So maybe you and your person could both be Sagittarians, or they could have Sagittarius somewhere in their chart. And Taurus is presenting itself. So let's get into some messages here, guys. What is it that you need to know at this time? If you happen to be divine feminine listening to this, I'm picking up off of a divine masculine energy. And unfortunately, if your masculine was not putting forward the effort into the relationship, I have a feeling they were tempted by somebody else outside of the connection. So if you already know that there was or could still be happening, this could be a third-party interference. So it's coming through as infidelity, either on their part, but it could be reversed for some of you. I'm just feeling a divine masculine who wants to fix things here. They want to be able to repair the relationship. They want a reunion. And I'm just feeling on behalf of my divine feminines that you have set some pretty solid boundaries when it comes to this connection. For some of you guys, maybe it's just still too new. Maybe it's just happened recently. But I'm feeling for my feminines that have gone through this, you've got your walls up, understandably. And I'm just feeling that we might have had a situation that created a tower moment. And there was just a lot of parts of that situation that was very hurtful. Somebody crossed the line, you know, it's coming through as an off limits connection. You know, it's like hands off. But somebody here, and it's coming through as a divine masculine, that they might have gotten themselves mixed up in a lot of drama, unfortunately. I'm also getting, for some of you now, take this if it makes sense. Some of you guys could have been engaged. You were planning a wedding and maybe found out that your partner was cheating on you. So it's like an elopement or a proposal and then planning for the wedding, and the actual wedding never happened. So it could be a broken engagement for some of you because you found out that your person was not being truthful and they were being unfaithful. For some of you guys, maybe this happened a long time. But for others, I'm just feeling it could be more recent. I do feel, though, on behalf of a masculine, they are very frustrated over how things played out. But unfortunately, they contributed to why things are where they are right now. And maybe for my feminines, you're just focusing on letting go, focusing on your own healing journey, as you should, because this was something that really hurt you. I'm picking up off of a masculine. At the time that this all went down, they could not make up their mind truly what it was that they wanted. So if you guys had gotten engaged, for example, you know, I'm kind of feeling like they were maybe pressured to do that, but they weren't ready to do it, if that makes sense. And so now that things have fallen apart, you know, I am feeling this energy from the masculine that they're really sad that things played out the way it did, but they also know and recognize that they are at fault. They were all about themselves at that point, but I feel a shift in that energy, and perhaps Divine Feminine, it would help for you to know that they are remorseful. They recognize that they are at fault. They recognize that they shouldn't have crossed those boundaries, that they shouldn't have crossed particular lines, you know, that forbidden territory. They were tempted by someone outside of the connection, and unfortunately, it turned into a tower moment. A lot of drama there. For my feminines, you know, I feel some of you taking a look at where you're at right now, where your life is currently, that you're single, you're unattached, you're not with anyone, but it should not be this way. That at this point you should be married, you should maybe be starting a family, that you have a partner next to you who's fully committed. So something clearly happened here that created that change. I am feeling that somewhere along the line in certain scenarios, you were feeling like this hot and cold vibe from your person. Maybe you chose to ignore it, or you just picked up off of it. Now, some of you guys could have also been in and out of the relationship, you know, the on again, off again type thing. I just feel that it could have been a masculine who was on the fence. They just could not decide what it was that they wanted. Certainly had one foot out the door, so that indicates that they were not fully committed, unfortunately. But maybe Divine Feminine, you just didn't pick up off of that until after the fact. Yeah, I can't help but feel that there's this energy from the masculine where they were just a bit clueless, really, as to what it was that they needed to do to be able to sustain the partnership. And they were just a little bit self-absorbed, you know, just really very greedy with their wants, their needs, rather than thinking about how it would affect the divine feminine. So yeah, just some really dumb things, honestly, that this masculine might have said or done. And ultimately, the separation needed to happen in order for them to really realize the error of their ways. So this masculine, I feel, divine feminine, they needed to know what life was like without you, plain and simple. And I feel at this point, my feminines, you've got your walls up because you've been hurt so deeply by this person. Hopefully at this point, you've focused on fixing or healing parts of you that really needed it, and just preparing yourself for whatever this new chapter might represent. It could even bring you towards the direction of new love if you're open to it. But what I am telling you for this particular channel reading, especially if you had so much hope and so much love for a particular divine masculine, and maybe they just dropped the ball, and it could have again turned into so much drama with third parties and other people in the picture. If they could just go back in time to undo all this, they would. That's a part of their frustration, knowing that they really can't do that. So if the stars really were meant to align for the two of you again, and if you're open to that, divine feminine, you know, maybe. It's always a maybe. It depends on how things play out ultimately. But I'm also feeling for some of my feminines that you're not interested in revisiting that, and you're just focusing on what the future has in store for you. Or you've already found love elsewhere and you're content and you're happy. And for whatever reason, maybe you were drawn to listening to this. Maybe just wondering about what this past love has been going through or what their energy is. And that's the vibe that's coming through here. All right, guys, so I'll leave it there. And hopefully, in however way it came through for you, it offered you advice and guidance that you need at this time. And if you're interested in getting your own reading from me, that would be a card reading rather than a channeled one. That info is down below in the description box, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. See you next time.